it's Nancy with She's Got Yarn. How's everybody doing? Well, I've been knitting off and on today. That first row is the worst row. Once you get past that first row, I think it's easier. I mean, the smaller stitches, when you drop a stitch, I mean, it's easy once you know how to do it to put a stitch back on. It's just this color yarn, you got to really pay attention and look, because it's easy to drop a stitch. I mean, it's real easy, but is that not pretty yarn? That's what I caked up last night, and I want to use a contrast yarn. What do y'all think about this? Like a small, like one stitch, maybe at the top, and maybe close to the band. I don't know, maybe 2 rows. I don't know. Nothing big, but I think it needs something to break it up. Or do you think I should use bigger? I pulled this out. I think that's too dark. I don't know. And then I have this, but this is not Malabrigo. That's Patton's. And I think it might be, it's a Karen. It's a number 5. So it's a totally different, I don't know what it's made of. I think it's acrylic. Patton's Karen times Patton. Machine wash. And it's 60%. The sticker's got see the sticker? It has what it's made of covered up. And I can't get this acrylic nail under there. Here, I got, oh man. It's 60% something, 20% something. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me try this. Let me put my project down. I know I could steam it loose, but I'm not doing that. 60% acrylic and 20% nylon and another 20% oh, it is a merino. It's a merino. I didn't know that. I have this in navy blue too. I've given a bunch of this away. But I got it at Ollie's really cheap. It was like $3.99. But each one of these rings is a skein. It's a skein of yarn. It's caked up separately, which is a royal pain in the butt. Yep. Yep. It's like a small, it's like a mini hank. Each one of these is like a mini hank. But it's a number 5, but I think I could pull it off as a number 4. I don't know. Not up against this Malabrigo though. This Malabrigo. I almost want to go and buy another color in Malabrigo. I don't know. I've got that blue. But this green really looks good with it. And there's a navy blue also. But there's navy blue in here. There's purple. There's this color. And there's a light blue. You see it? Like right there? Kinda. So, I'm not sure. Do you know me? I don't mind frogging. I don't like it. Oh. Oh, it's warm in here. My husband has the heat on again. He's killing me with the heat. We closed the vents so he could turn the heat on because I've got the air on in here. Oh, that feels good, the air. I just got finished watching Luck of the Draw. They've completed it. What are you doing, Deez? You okay? We've been having a lot of senile moments with Zeus today. It breaks my heart. My poor baby. It's like he got up this morning and he was disoriented. He didn't know where he was. And he had an accident. And I don't think he realized it. He's like been a really good dog when it comes to being housebroken. He's never had an accident unless he was sick. And he's not sick. But yeah, I think I don't know, he's having strange moments where he just stands there staring, or he just looks at me when I give him a command. He just looks at me like he doesn't hear me. I know he can't see real good close up. When I go to give him a treat, he misses it. He doesn't know where my hand is. That breaks my heart. But yeah, he's 15. But this ribbing's coming along. I'm doing a cardigan. Doing a wearable. But yeah, Jaxie with Creation by Jax tonight on her live. And Charm Grammy was on her live. It's Luck of the Draw. I think it was 8. But anyways, Jaxie said, you know, she's got a lot of nice yarns and she wants to start using them. And I can't agree more. But doing this today off and on, and I'm only at this point, stinks. You know, you just gotta be patient. But it's such pretty colors, it's not too terribly painful. But I'm gonna probably work on this a couple more rows, and then I'm gonna go work on my squares, my Obi-Wan squares. Oh, I'll tell you what's been nice is I can identify stitches now. Because sometimes it's difficult to identify it. If it's sitting just the wrong way, it may look like it's a purl and it's not. It's a knit. I mean, but I'm gonna, I want to do knit stitch, but I also want to do the purl stitch. And if there's another stitch I want to learn, this is not going to be a raglan because I'm not starting from the top down. I'm doing panels from the bottom up. That's easier for me right now while I'm still in the process of learning how to knit. Oh, my neck is killing me. I need neck support. Yeah, I had neck surgery years ago. Some of you guys know that, but I ain't going down that. I'm never going down that rabbit hole again. It's awful. I just tough it out. I have good days, most good days, but like right now, it's later in the day. I gotta rest my head. It's like my neck can't hold my head up anymore. It hurts. It starts, I don't know if it's muscle spasms, but it starts to annoy me. And went to the chiropractor. Back is feeling much better. I'm telling you. I don't know what that table does, but it does a lot of popping noises, but it works. It works. I know years ago, my husband has Crohn's disease, and years ago, he had terrible episodes of, just abdominal pain. And he would go into the chiropractor, and he would do something, push somewhere on his abdomen, and it helped release his ileocecal valve or something. I don't know. Some of that stuff is like kind of crazy, but it works. But anyways, he managed my husband's Crohn's as far as when he'd go to see him. My husband didn't have an episode until like, I want to say when he turned 50. So 10 years ago. I have never heard anybody cry and scream so loud. It was so painful to listen to him scream. We went to the ER. They put him on steroids. He had a bowel obstruction. And they told him he had a thickening in the area. It was from the Crohn's disease. And they said, we can send you home on steroids, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyways, they kept him overnight, put him on steroids. Well, a couple months later, we ended up back in the emergency room, and I was standing there when the surgeon came in. He goes, I'm going to give you an option. They're very careful to say, hey, I want to do surgery on you. They give you that option. These are your options. This is your choices and recommendations. Anyways, my husband's like, just give me steroids. I said, oh, heck no. I said, he's having surgery. I can't deal with this. I can't stand listening to it. I said, it's awful to hear him. The pain is so bad. So anyways, they did the surgery. Knock on wood, 10 years later, he hasn't had any episodes. He's done real well. So when he did the surgery, I told him, I said, well, maybe you got another 50 years until you get a bowel obstruction. Because he still has Crohn's disease, so... His brother has it really bad. It runs in his family. And I always worry about my youngest getting it. So far, Tyler's 25, and he's doing good so far. So, but I mean, you just never know. It's hereditary. Sometimes it can jump a generation. Skip a generation is what I meant. So, but yep. Well, tomorrow I am going to lunch with my sister-in-law, the girls that were in my wedding party, my maid of honor, and one of my bridesmaids. We haven't gotten together in years, and I had made a comment, I miss the days when we used to meet on Friday nights and eat, like we'd have a couple drinks and eat some conch fritters at the ale house, and just meet up with friends. One of my first few dates with my husband was at the ale house. It was kind of like a group date. It was a bunch of people there. And it was so funny is he knew we had all the same friends. We were in the same network of friends. It's just, I was a mom, so I didn't go out a lot, until I started dating him. And went out a little bit, but on Friday nights after work, the kids would be, get this, they'd be at Tim's house. My kids loved coming to Gainesville because we lived out in the country and there's nothing to do out there. My kids had friends in Gainesville that lived in Tim's neighborhood, so the kids would hang out at Tim's house, and I could go out with Tim's sister and Tara, who was actually a good friend of Tim's sister. They were all roommates at one point in time. But anyways, moral of the story, I get off in these tangents. I mentioned it to Lori, and Tara reached out and said, I'm going to be in town tomorrow night. Let's go. I think we're going to the Bar and Table. I've never been to that. It's probably like It has mixed drinks, and it probably has food. I hope it has food. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do tomorrow at around lunchtime. And then, I don't want to say anything now, but I got a surprise visitor. And I won't tell you. It'll be probably Monday. I believe, yeah, Monday. Is it Monday? It'll be this week. I've got a special guest. And you can guess all you want. I'm not going to tell y'all. So, but yeah, did you guys see how many rows I've done so far? You guys can't see what I'm doing, can you? I've got this too close. Hold on. There. Yeah. At least you guys can see what I'm doing, right? So it's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a fun, exciting week. And this is a back panel. And I did the same amount of stitches I did on another cardigan. So I think I have lost a little bit of weight. I don't know. I fluctuate between... Hold on a second. This is supposed to be a purl, and it looks like it's a knit. Hold on. I can't find my little, I have like this little crochet hook. It's for knitting. It has like a pointy end. So when I drop stitches, I can grab them. But it also has a crochet end. Okay. I got a crochet hook, but the hook I'm talking about, I really love it. Okay. So I went the wrong way and knitted, but I can change it to a purl just like that. Flip the switch on the stitch. That rhymed. So there. So now it's a purl. And now knit, knit. I'm doing knit, knit, purl, purl for the ribbing. I've never done a knit, purl, knit, purl. I wonder how that would have looked. I guess that would look good too. I will learn over time. You guys, I do have hook and needle kits for knitting and crochet. I need to open that with you guys. I keep forgetting about it. But I don't think, from what I've seen so far, I'm not too sure I've got a lot of bang for my buck. I'm not a bougie yarn person. If I was like a super duper good knitter, I understand that, but I'm still learning. And these real fine yarns, I'm just not ready for. I'm barely ready for this, what I'm working on. But it's coming along. I also worked on my Susan Kennedy blanket. I have frogged it 2 times. My count was off. And it was right, like in 4 rows. Just single crochet back and forth. I missed a stitch. I don't know how I could have done that. I just not looking, watching TV. Anyways, so I had to frog it back. It drove me crazy. But, so I'm not very far. But I went ahead and I watched the tutorial so many times. And then I finally just wrote the pattern down. I got the book, so I mean, I can reference back in the book too. I mean, it's not like I'm cheating her, because she's got my support. I bought her book, and she explains the pattern in the tutorial, and I just went ahead and wrote it down. She makes it so easy. If her follower could count. I can't count. I think it's... I know I blame everything on my ADHD, but I truly believe is a big factor in why I make so many mistakes. It's like if you ever notice when I'm talking, I notice it when I edit videos, I'll skip something. My daughter does it. Just suddenly start talking about something and never mentioned anything prior to that. Like, it's almost like I'm talking to myself, not out loud, and then it's out loud, and there's a portion of that paragraph that I'm talking about missing, and I think that's my ADHD. And you see it in when I write. I'll write something out, and I'm like, I'll read it, and I'll go, what? I forgot several words, you know, and I just think it's part of that hyperactive attention deficit. I mean, I've never had any major testing, but I've had the doctors tell me I'm definitely ADHD, especially the ones that work with me for many years. One day I said, do you think I have ADHD? And they all laughed at me in the doctor's lounge. And Dr. Ayer, y'all met her on my live. She goes, Nancy, yes, you have ADHD. Oh my God. No questions. She's so funny. I love imitating her. She's from India. Oh. She was a lot of fun. She learned a lot from us. She even learned a lot from me when she came here. You know, just the life that we live here is so different than the life in India. I don't think a lot of women are respected in those areas like they are here. You know what I mean? They're treated differently, and it's just very liberating, I guess, for her to come to America and just have all these opportunities. And even when I took care of her patients, she goes, you do that for me? I'm like, yeah, that's my job. She goes, nobody's ever done that for me. You know, just simple stuff, you know, like I would have charts ready, prescriptions ready, medication list ready, you know, stuff like that. And I don't know where she practiced before she, you know, went out on her own, but obviously she didn't get the help that she got with me. But I had a lot of energy back then. I don't have that energy today. At times. I get my energy, like right now. It's late. And I've got energy. Yep. You know who I haven't watched in a while is Shandy. When I first started learning how to knit, I watched Linda Simpson. I watched a lot of her videos. She's a good teacher. She has like video classes if you want to learn to knit. But I jumped ahead. I don't know if that was a good thing, but you know, I made a hat and I'm like, I wanted more than just to make hats. Socks are too tiny for me. I have not made a sock yet. I need to make a thick sock is what I need to do. And, but the sock yarn that I have is too thin. All the yarn that I have to make socks. I don't know. I mean, I have number 4 in DK. And I just came across a bunch of yarn that I can dye. I want to dye. They're hanging. Some are number 4, some are DK, some are fingering. And also, I was talking to, I think it was Angela, about that unlimited yarn. I have all that unlimited yarn. I want to color it, and I can. I think there's some steps I've got to take, but I'm going to color it because I love that yarn. I do. It's picked on. And Lion Brands, Bag a Day still talks about it to this day. She knows she doesn't get special treatment by Lion Brand because they're still sending her unlimited yarn. That's the yarn that won't die. It just keeps on coming. But yeah, she was talking, I don't know if it was a new video or an old video, but she was talking about how she doesn't like yarn I was going to say drug companies. I used to be in the medical field. She doesn't like when yarn companies treat her differently than they would treat us, because when she recommends a yarn company, you know, when she says, you know, go to this website, I got my package in 3 days, she would expect that everybody else should get it within a timely manner, similar to 3 days. And she ordered something from somebody. She wouldn't tell us who. I'm curious to who it is. There's only a few. I'm wondering if it's, she said it was a big box store, so it's killing me. I'm wondering. But anyway, she didn't tell him who she was. And it took forever to get her yarn. And she called and they were like, oh, Crystal. When she told them who she was, they were like, we didn't realize it was you. And then she got it within a few days. But, you know, she doesn't like that because, yeah, she recommends us to these companies and expects them to treat us well, you know, because she cares about us. So, yeah. I have a feeling I know who it is, but I don't know. I'm not going to say because I don't know for sure. She doesn't order from them very often. Let's say that. But used to. That's my opinion. But I'm so excited we got a surprise this week. I do on my videos. That's so pretty. It's even got like a green, but I don't think I have it. I have green, but I don't think I have a Malabrigo green. It's got fuchsia. A lot of my yarn is fingering. I do have a teal. There's teal there. But I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I have like a navy blue, but I only had 2. So, but I could always order from the Yarn Barn. Their prices are reasonable. They're no worse than any other yarn store, you know. I think their prices are pretty decent for a yarn store, for a bougie yarn store. And they had every color you could possibly think of, and more in the back. But that yarn store is in the same town that Ginger the Yarn Geek lives in. But the girl that was in the store did not know who Ginger was the day that I went in. And then I didn't go back because I was in the hospital after that. We went straight to Colorado actually that day. I went into Tiffany's. And my husband said, yarn Tiffany's, yarn Tiffany's. I had bought a bunch of yarn. Because they have a Tiffany's there in Kansas. It's downtown Kansas. We stayed at I can't remember the name of the place, but it was an old building that had been refurbished. But downtown Kansas is like, it's glitzy kind of. Yeah, it's interesting. And everybody walks everywhere, you know. But I went into several shops, The clothes were kind of pricey. And they had Tiffany's there, and I was like, oh, I want something. I'm sure it would have been something really tiny. Probably a keychain. The price of jewelry today. Maybe they have figurines like, I wonder if they sell Yadros there. Probably not. Most Yadros are like in jewelry you can get them in jewelry stores. Used to, I don't know anymore. Have to ask my mom. My mom shops on eBay. She buys a lot of stuff from Europe. Just like this coin I got around my neck. It's got Queen Elizabeth on it. And it's got a greyhound. I don't know if you can see, it's got a greyhound there, and then Queen Elizabeth. And that was an investment. Yep. I don't normally buy stuff like that, but I did this year. Treated myself. That was my raise. Okay, where's the end to this? This is not looking right. Okay. The last stitch is not looking right. What's the matter, Zuzi? Something's wrong with this last stitch. Oop. The good thing about this is I don't know what happened here. And I did it backwards. I gotta do the knit stitch, not the purl. The ends of my knit projects have a lot to be desired. There. There. I don't know why I can't get past this. It's like I'm missing something, but I'm not. It's just stretched out. I'm not very good on these ends. See how the ends are? Now this end looks pretty good, but it's still, see how big those stitches are? I don't know what to do. They shouldn't be that big. They should be like that. But I struggle. This one's not too terribly bad. You see the knit stitch? But I'm gonna try something. Knit. These are supposed to be knit. OMG. I'm gonna fix that baby right now. I struggle on these ends because they're so loose. There. I think I got it fixed. Yep. Okay. Okay, now we can get back to the rhythm of knit, knit, purl, purl. I need to get to bed early tonight so I can get up early, get stuff done, and I colored my hair tonight. Yep. I'm 50 again. Tiffany was playing with my hair at Christmas time. She goes, Mom, your hair is snow white. I'm like, duh. And a lot of people are like, well, you should let it go. The reason I don't let it go is because, I don't know, when I let the gray grow out my hair, it makes my hair look thinner. It's like you can see my scalp more than when it's dark. I don't know. It's just something that, it's probably all in my head. But I do have a lot of new growth since I started taking thyroid medication. I've noticed I got a lot of new growth all around here. All around here. That's all new growth. It's white, but it's new growth. Yeah, and when I color my hair, you can see my widow's peak again. So, I hope everybody's doing okay. I need to finish this row and then I'm going to start doing Obi-Wan squares. Juan the Yarn Addict. Jaxie calls him Obi-Wan. I think that's cute. Tim just came out of the bedroom. The door hinges in the master bedroom squeak. You can't sneak around the house. You can't sneak out of my room. And of course, we own a door shop, right? We're the ones that have... I have the ugliest front door in the county because the dog scratched the crud out of it. My hinges squeak and I own a door shop. But that's typical, right? The only one that scratches at the door now is Archer. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard his scratch. But it's like the claw. It's... He really scratches hard. Speaking of the devil, oh, he's over there. He's seeping. Zeus is right there, and Maddie's at my feet. Oh, and I got some, I found some knitting needle caps, I guess. I guess that's what you would call them, not sure. And so you don't lose your stitches. It's so stinking cute. I gotta show you guys. We're almost there. Some of you might wonder what kind of knitting I do. I do continental style. I taught myself to knit, and when I went to Sarasota, Nikki, I think she's like addicted to yarn or something like that is her channel. She doesn't do a whole lot of videos anymore, but anyway, she went to Sarasota, and she taught us all the continental style, how to cast on, and what little bit I learned, I just carried on, you know. when I picked up videos, I wanted to learn how to continental stitch. But sometimes I wonder if maybe I should have learned to do English style also. I think I could benefit from it down the road. I mean, it's just throwing your yarn. And I don't think it would be too difficult to learn. But I want to learn this first. And then I want to show you guys my new needle tips and what little bit I got done on that blanket. I can't think of the name of the blanket. But I did find the catalog, but it's not right here. Dang it. Oh. Where are you? I had some really cute tips, and I can't. They're in here. I just don't know. Here they are. Oh, I got there. They're little gnomes. Tell me if that's not stinking adorable. It goes on the tip of my knitting needles, and then we got little mushrooms. I think the mushrooms are a better size. Yeah, this hole's a little too big, so. But is that not adorable? It's adorable. Okay. It's Yarnology. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Okay. Here we go. So I want to probably incorporate this blue. You guys let me know what you think. Maybe just like, I mean, this is really busy yarn. Or should I just use this as, I got so many skeins though. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. Maybe I should do a row of this blue. A couple rows of this blue in this cuff. So, I wonder how big a cuff this is so far. I have a million tape measures, but I can never find them when I need them. Let me see. Oh, it's already 3 inches. Dang it. No, it's 4 inches already, but I think I still could do a knit, start this blue at the bottom, but now that I always think my afterthoughts are always too late, but I probably should have done like a blue in here. That would have been pretty, wouldn't it? But I'll just do it above. I'll just do it above. I'll do a couple rows of this and then go back to the busy, but it's gonna be a cardigan. It's not gonna be like a top. So, or maybe I'll just do a big thick panel. I'm not sure. You guys tell me what you think I should do. But I have like 4 of these. So I have enough to do a little bit on each panel and a sleeve. So, but just to give it a little bit of a different color to make it pop, kind of. And then I have the purple, which I don't think that's a good idea. And then I have a navy blue, but it's not real pretty. So, and I have a teal. I have a couple teals of Malabrigo. I didn't find them. They might be in, I'm not sure. I looked in that toy box that I made into my bougie yarn box. I didn't see it in there. And then I had another box It's like a small box, but it's my buffalo boxes. I didn't see it in there. So, but I was just looking real quick, so we'll see. So, all right, let me find that other project. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. All right, Susan Kennedy. This is one of her books, and it shows a lot of her tapestry type patterns. This is the pattern I'm doing. It's called the Wind River Weighted Blanket. She uses it like a really super bulky yarn. I'm using a number 4. I'm using loops and thread, just the regular black. Look at that hair. Falls on the floor, and that's all she wrote at my house. But anyways, she used a Red Heart granny square type yarn. I probably will eventually do that, but right now I'm using this. I'm just hungry for color. So, and I frogged this like 3 or 4 times because my count was off, and my count was off in here. So stupid. But anyways, so I've got 2 more rows of black, and then 1 more row of another color, and then 2 more rows of black, and then I'll start into the pattern. Is it like an Aztec type? Would you call it an Aztec? I'm not sure. You guys, I'm terrible at names, but I think that's going to be really pretty. So working with black yarn has been a little bit of a challenge too. And when she started her pattern, she was cutting her yarn, but I've been carrying it because she carries it through the rest of the pattern. So right there, the only issue is when you carry it, you got to tug it a little bit, because this is what it does. You see that? It'll do that if you forget to tug it. So you got to tug it. You got to hold the end and tug it. You can't just pull it because it'll curl the whole end in. But yeah, but that's what I'm doing. I have enough yarn to carry my yarn. This yarn is Vivid, and the colorway is Vivid Premier Sweet Roll Vivid, 174 yards. The colorway is it's electric. I bought this last year. I bought every color, and I gave a bunch of it away, but I still have some of the brighter colors. So it's a pretty yarn. They had this on clearance for like $3, I think, a cake or something. I don't know. They had it on clearance. I didn't buy any because I have a bunch of it that I'll never get to use, and it's not new anymore. I want to buy new yarn if I buy yarn. I gotta turn the air off. It's cold. Bad thing about this unit, it blows right on me. I can't get it to blow that way or that way. It's like right on me. It's a split unit. So, but yeah, so that's what I was working on, and I've been working on one squares. Well, no, I haven't. I'm gonna get to them right now. As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna turn on the tutorials. I've got 4 squares to make. I've already showed you the other squares. And he came out with another pattern tutorial this morning. I tell you what, he's a hard worker. He's knocking the tutorials out of the park. He's hanging with the big dogs. Yeah. And he's keeping up. I think it's awesome. I guess he's a big dog. Okay. What did I do? I got 2 start strands. Now that's attached to my project. All right. And then this is one of the things I frogged. I had cut it And I was like, I'm not cutting it. I'm just going to carry my yarn. Because if I have to frog it, you know. So I didn't want to waste any yarn. So that's 1, 2 whips. And then I've got one's crochet along. That's 3. Got the sweater. It was behind me. I don't know what I do with it. I got to cast on. See the needles there? I'm going to cast on with those to do the ribbing. So, yeah. And I'm not sure if I want to use a white or if I just want to finish off that. I have one more ball of that color, that Devigation yarn. Nancy, you could win a $100 gift card. Thank you, Joanne. They want me to do a review. I haven't gotten the yarn yet that they're asking me to review. They should watch my videos. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, guys. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Mwah.